Today, I bring you the best 4-3-3 tactic that led Real Madrid to an incredible quadruple victory, amassing a whopping 109 points in the Spanish division and scoring a mind-blowing 144 league goals. Then, we'll head over to Dynamo Zagreb, where we embarked on an extraordinary 28-game winning streak, clinched 104 league points, and secured the treble. Next stop takes us to Burnley, a team initially pegged for 18th place. However, we defied the odds, earning Champions League football with a remarkable third place finish. So let's waste no time, let's break down the best 4-3-3. This is literally the perfect time to smash that like button, so definitely be sure to do that and hit that wonderful subscribe button. And of course, if you are interested in becoming a Patreon member, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. Patreon is a great way to support me as a creator, but also you get so many fantastic perks, including access to all 3 of the files we're going to be displaying today. You get early video and tactical release, you get priority in your tactic and rebuild requests, also one-on-one tactical help, and if that's not enough, there are currently about 4 days left for you to enter the FM24 giveaway over there, so you could potentially win a new copy of FM for the matter of a couple of quid, so definitely check it out. The link is going to be in the description. But let's go over this 4-3-3 then. So we are going to make some sort of changes to this as we go through it. Got it up on the side just so I don't forget, but let's talk it through. So the sweeper keeper is going to come in simply on support. When it comes to the right back, I actually opted to have an inverted wing back. Now, I'm really liking this role a lot recently, and I've simply got him on support on get further forwards. And you are going to understand how that works so much better when we actually go over this right-hand side as we go up the pitch. We then go with a ball-playing defender on the right. If you have got ball-playing defenders, please play 2, because it does work really, really well in this system. If you haven't got the type of player to do that, you can have a central defender, but it will take away a little bit from exactly what we're trying to achieve here. And the left-hand side is going to be exactly the same. The left back is going to be a wing back on support, on cross from the byline, cross aim centre, and also stay wider. So both sides are going to offer something very, very different, and that is the whole point of this, simply to go and sort of be very unpredictable on either side of the field. But just a little sneak peek for you guys, you can see how well this did perform with 3.79 goals a game, and conceded at only 0.34, over 28 shots a game, a pass completion at 87.71, and a tackle win ratio of 72%. Now over to the midfield, don't worry, it is going to change from this. I actually opted to have a register, not a role which I commonly use too much in Football Manager, to be honest with you, and the only instruction I've gone with is going to be tackle harder. Basically, the register, in my opinion, and pretty much the game's opinion, is a more aggressive sort of deep line playmaker, and it really makes this sort of free in midfield actually have that attacking element, while still being very defensively solid. So I would recommend you definitely stick to that. Going up, we then actually don't have a ball winner midfielder. We have a box to box who is going to be on support, on dribble more, get further forwards, and also tackle harder. Now, the great thing about this role, my favourite role in the game, is going to be that he obviously is going to do defensive duties, but he is going to get further forwards. He is really going to go for it and help link up this play. And I did try and have a little bit of a Bellingham-inspired sort of theme into this role. And the great thing about it as well, he's also going to link up with this inverted wing back, who is obviously going to be sitting, you know, making these runs inside. So it is going to work really well. He's going to link up very well with him. And this lovely little triangle we've got going on here is literally the ideal trio in the team. And next up, we have the advanced playmaker, who is going to be next to him, who is simply going to be on support, on roam from position. So we've got a nice mixture in this midfield now. 3 midfield players that do something completely different. Now, going over to that front 3, the real bread and butter of this team, the goal scorers. On the right-hand side, we're not going to have a wide target forward. We're going to have a winger simply on attack. And the reason why we've got this is because we want him staying wider and purely staying wider, because then the inverted wing back that is obviously going to be sitting narrower and getting forwards is going to make lovely narrow runs sort of in here, and he's also going to underlap as he is instructed. And the winger is obviously going to stay out wide, so we really are maximising the amount of people we're going to get up that field in different areas and cause all sorts of mischief, and it is very difficult for anyone to defend against. And on the left-hand side, we've got an inverted winger on attack, on shoot more often. So this player is obviously going to be the complete opposite of the right-hand side. This player is going to be inside, meaning the wing-back can sort of overlap and actually get on the outside. So each side is literally the opposite. And the great thing about it, you can flip it. In-game, before a game, however you want to do it, you can flip it to suit your team's needs. And to finish it off, the advanced forward, who is simply going to be on attack. This front three, obviously they're not all responsible for this, but we actually achieved 249 chances created, which is over 100 more than second place Barcelona. But now going over to the team instructions, it is going to be based off a pressing style on the positive mentality, just to clarify that. And in terms of this first tab in possession, we're going to overlap left, underlap right, and also play out from the back. Now, you might have seen this on a fair few tactics recently. It's because it is broken. It is absolutely incredible playing this way inside of FM, and I really am a big fan of it. Obviously, if you are alternating it, you would overlap right and underlap left. But in this scenario, how I'm going to be playing, we're going to overlap left and also underlap right. But it can be altered to suit your team's needs, as obviously I did say. However, the passing directness is going to be set to shorter, so it is got a slight tiki-taka element to it, a short passing style, but by no means of the imagination, we maximise that. It is got a very aggressive pressing style on this system, and it does work really, really well. The tempo is going to be set all the way to higher. That is typically the best results you're going to get this year with this game. Obviously, it is very strenuous on your players, so do use your head a little bit. If you are finding yourself getting a lot of injuries, etc, etc, you can obviously lower that, but just expect a little bit of a lower pace sort of game. And to finish it off, no mixed crosses, we are actually going to opt for whips. Transition, there are going to be 4 options we're going to tick. That is going to be counter press, very good in this game, counter, very good in this game, and we're going to distribute to anybody across the back 4 while taking short goal kicks, because of course we do play out from the back. Now over to the out of possession tab, we're going to rock the standard line, the high press and line of engagement. We're going to max out the trigger press. We're going to put some prevent short goalkeeper distribution on. We're going to get stuck in, but also, and the real key thing, trap inside. Just to obviously trap them inside, as it says on the tin. But playing this way, guys, we absolutely smashed the Spanish league. Coming in here, you can see 2.87 goals a game, most goals at 144, as we discussed. This is a big stat here, though. 1,097 shots for, only 179 against, and also picking up the most clean sheets alongside of, obviously, the fewest conceded. Of course, we have now got an attacking and a defensive variant, which you can copy from the video, but if you want to make it easy for yourselves and also gain access to around about another 6 perks, you can check out the Patreon in the description. But let's go over this then. So essentially, it is going to keep a lot of the same sort of DNA and how we want to play with this 4-3-3, but it's just made a lot more attacking. So the goalkeeper and the centre-backs do remain the same. The inverted wing-back simply goes on to attack, which then obviously gains all of these wonderful added instructions. The wing-back on the left then goes to attack on cross, aim, centre, and also stay wider. So the back set of fullbacks are really just made to be encouraged to push further forwards and really get stuck in. The register does remain exactly the same, simply on tackle harder. The box-to-box, again, is going to remain the same as well because it is a very attack and roll anyway with these instructions, but we actually opt for a Metzala instead of that supportive advanced playmaker to really get stuck in with the dribble more instruction, because I want this player to have a lot of freedom, dribble around the pitch, obviously roaming from position, getting into different channels, and causing all sorts of issues for the opposition. In terms of the front three, the left-hand side is going to remain the same, and also the right-hand side and the striker. And again, the reason being because I don't really want to change the wingers in terms of their positions, because the way the tactic plays is set up to play a certain way, obviously providing something different on each side of the field, and the advanced forward already done a great job scoring goals, so does not need to be changed. Now, going over them team instructions, it is going to be attacking now on the same pressing style. The only change that is really going to come in at all here is going to be that be more expressive. Now, I don't have it on the default variant because I naturally feel it's quite attacking anyway. It scored loads of goals, but obviously having this on is even going to excel that. It is a little bit more risky to play, but if you are after an attacking tactic to try and get back into a game, or to go into a game against a really low standard of team and you want to absolutely pummel them, then this is definitely going to be what you're after. Now, going over to the in transition tab, we're going to have counter press, counter, distribute quickly, distribute to anyone in the back line while taking short goal kicks. So again, the only change is going to be distributing quickly, because obviously we're in a bit of a rush now to try and get the ball moving if you are after an attacking based tactic. Now, going over to the out of possession tab, there is going to be one simple change, and that is going to be the higher defensive line, and that is simply to push the team up the field. Now, you can't have an attacking variant with no defensive variant, so let's go over it. We are going to go over the sweeper keeper, the ball playing defender, and obviously the other ball-playing defender, they are going to remain exactly the same. So don't waste any time on them. The wing-back is going to change a lot. Not an inverted wing-back on this occasion. We have simply changed him for a wing-back because now we have two inverted wingers up the field. On the left-hand side, we're going to have another wing-back simply on support. So that back four is going to be really defensively solid now, not too attacker-minded at all, because their job is literally to defend, as to be expected. We now get rid of the register, we bring in a DM on support, on take fewer risks, hold position, and also tackle harder, and then a box-to-box comes in on support, on pass it shorter, and also tackle harder. And one thing you're going to notice is the addition of a lot of pass it shorter styles on these players, and that's because I really like to play a tiki-taka, sort of boring football basically, to try and run that clock down. The advanced playmaker returns to the team, on row from position, and also stay wider. On the left-hand side, we actually opt for an inverted winger, who is going to be on support, on pass it shorter, and exactly the same for the right-hand side. So that is going to be sort of three players restricted to passing the ball shorter, maintaining possession, and really just making it very frustrating for the opposition team. And to finish it off, the cherry on top, the advanced forward on attack. And now going over to those team instructions, we are going to have in possession on the balance mentality. The standard width playing out from the back is still going to remain. The directness now dropped all the way back to that shorter style. The tempo dropped a little bit back to slightly higher. Time wasting, you've got to have it sometimes, literally. And also the dribble less style. Now, the great thing about this is this screams possession. This literally screams possession ball. That's exactly what I want to try to be doing. In transition, quite a few changes. We're going to have nothing selected when the possession has been lost, nothing when possession has been won. However, we are going to slow the pace down while playing to anyone across the back line, taking shorter goal kicks. And to finish it off, the out of possession tab, we're still going to have that standard line as the default variant does offer, the high press and line of engagement. The trigger press gets knocked down once more often, still going to prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and still going to be trapping the ball inside. So not too much different. But that is going to give you guys three fantastic variants of the best 4-3-3 FM23 tactic, the series where I pretty much come up with one final tactic before the end of FM23 that I personally believe to be the best I have created personally. I've had several comments of different formations you want, but please comment a formation which you want to see a video like this before the end of FM23. But I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like, drop a little comment below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because we also go live now on here. So if you want to come and talk to me live, maybe hurl some abuse at me if you want to, feel free. I'll see you boys in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day.